Session 24. Horowitz und Wassermann seien geblieben unzufrieden. Horowitz hat gesagt, der ältere Mensch ist gewiss ein frommer Jid und wohl geholfen einführen Jiddischkeit in Buschmannkopf. Die Junge, wie froh sie
Let's
sollen...
translate, Rochel.
Thank you. Mrs. Horowitz and Wassermann remained unhappy. Mrs. Horowitz said, the older person is definitely a religious Jew, and he would help uh, uh, put in, or he would help conduct or enter Jewishness in Bushmanko. Die Junge, wie fromm sie soll nicht sein, seien schon angestochen mit einseitige Ideen und Begriffen, seien schon unterworfen gewissen Einflüssen überhaupt a Bocher. So the young ones, regardless of how religious they might be, they already are influenced by today's ideas and concepts. They already they have certain influence, and I don't know what it is.
Influences.
Can you say it again?
Influences.
Your influences, okay? Particularly a guy. Aber sie hat sich untergeworfen der Mehrheit. But she
submitted herself to the majority.
She submitted herself to the majority. Thank you. In der Stil hat sich vergangen a Gedank bei ihr. Efter wird Lea in ihm gefunden ihr Beschärfen. Quietly, they developed an idea in her that perhaps Leah will find in him her destined one that's a mate. Ageb seinen Freuhowitz und Wassermann nicht gewinn die einzige in Buschmannkopf, welche seinen gewinn unzufrieden. By the way, Mrs. Horowitz and Wasserman were not the only ones in Bushmankopf that were not happy. Es hat sich bekommen der Eindruck, als zugleich mit dem Wuchs von Städten ist euch gewachsen die Unzufriedenheit zwischen den Bushmankopfer Einwohnern. There was an impression that along with the growth of the town, there grew the unhappiness amongst the the residents of Bushman Co. Die Kirche ist gewesen unzufrieden, was die Zoll mit Mispalalim ist a kleine. The church was unhappy that the small number of congregants, the congregants, it is small. Der Ortiker Predikant hat gehalten a feierdicke Drosche wegen die Sinn von die Menschen. Hat unterstrochen, als nicht nur kommt man Sonntag wenig in Kirche. Okay. I guess the president of the church,
The pastor.
the pastor, okay,
Yeah.
thank you. He preached with excitement regarding the sins of people. He warned that you don't only come to church on Sunday, no man Vater dem Tag spielen dich Tennis und Football. Not only do people come not often, come seldom in church to church, but they waste that day Sunday playing tennis and football. Es ist genug treuerig, was christliche Menschen seien gezwungen zu arbeiten Sonntag in a mine. It is sad enough that Christian people are forced to work on Sunday in the mine. Man kann noch gefunden a Berechtigung der Fall. Die Kampagne hat investiert riesige Summes. It is possible to find a justification for that, for forcing people to work Sunday. The company invested great sums of money, nicht nur eigenem Kapital, no euch das Geld, was die Aktionären haben hereingetragen. They invested a lot of money, not only their own money, but also money that the
stockholders.
Stockholders, okay, thank you, brought in, ist zu begreifen, als man kann nicht und man darf nicht abstellen die Arbeit auf viele Fahrradtage. Is so it is possible to understand that you cannot postpone the work even for one day. Man hat geschmust, als der Predikant hat verdient eine hübsche Summe von seinen Akties und als hat noch etliche 100 Akties, was halt für Spekulatie. Okay. There were rumors that the pastor earned a great sum of stocks. He earned a lot from his from his stocks, and that he also has a few more a few hundred more stocks that he is keeping for speculation. God wird in dem Fall mochel sein. God will in this case, I guess of the pastor, God will forgive. Aber alle Spielereien, was gehen Sonntag und die Tanz, was man führt durch in private Häuser Schabbes offen bis kemat Sonntag beginnen, für die Dosike sind, wird Gott nicht mochel sein. This is funny. But so what the pastor is doing, it can be excused, but all those all this gaming and playing that are going on Sunday, and the dancing that they conduct in private houses on Saturday night until almost Sunday starts. For those sins, God will not forgive. Soll man sich das nehmen in Acht? Let us pay attention to that. Unzufrieden seien auch gewesen die englische Eltern von Kindern. Unhappy also were the English parents of kids. Die Schule hat nicht kein qualifizierten englischen Lehrer und die Kinder kriegen nicht die gehörige Unterricht in der englischen Sprache. The school didn't have qualified English teachers, and the children are not getting the correct instruction in the English language. Unzufrieden seien auch gewesen a Teil Krämer. Unhappy also were part of the shopkeepers. Es ist angegangen a stiller Gerangel vor dem Konzessie beim Main. Okay. There was going on a quiet complaint regarding this by the mine.
Oh, no. It's
Concessius, their concessius is okay. What did you want to say?
There was a quiet struggle going on for the concession for the concession store is a store next to the mine, and apparently it was very profitable. So people
Okay.
like to run a concession store. It's a store for black people, the miners.
And what was sold in the concession store?
Things that the black people would buy, like blankets and other things. They would buy things to send home. So that concession store had all kinds of fabrics
I
and
see.
probably iron pots. They cooked in iron pots.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
It was providing for a specific ethnic group. But Yaakov can add to that, right? Yaakov, would you like to add to that? You may know more about concession stores.
Yeah, it was a store that was owned very often by by a Jew, and
Really? Wow.
that was the only shop in the area of the mine, and the miners, if they wanted to buy anything, they had to go to that store. So that was the concession for the miners. There was also usually an eating house that was
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that. Yeah,
attached to
I see.
the concession.
So it's
So
like,
it sold everything, really. You could get everything there, everything one
Yeah.
needs.
it's like
Thank-
giving someone a monopoly for a certain trade.
Right,
Okay,
correct.
thank you.
That's
Okay.
it, yeah.
Gekrogen hat es Horwitz gattet, seien die andere Krämer gewinn unzufrieden. So the other shop owners were unhappy. Sie seien auch gewinn unzufrieden mit den Indier Krämer. They were also unhappy. India is like
Indian.
Indian, yeah, Indian shopkeepers. Hat gebracht zu sich von Indien, von Natal, ein paar Indier Landsleit und hat sie herausgeschickt mit Päcklach Scheure auf die Rücken zwischen die schwarze und neunte Farms. So he brought with him for himself from India or perhaps from Natal a few Indian people, and he sent them with packages of goods on their backs among the black and close by farms. Sie sind gesessen bei die Hintertüren von die Farmerhäuser, adressiert der Farmer Boss und abgezogen Lesung von die Buschmann Cooper Krämer. They sat by the in the back door, next to the back doors of the houses of the farmers. They addressed the farmer as boss and pulled out earnings from the from the shopkeepers of Bushman Cope. Somebody else take over, please.
The Yiddish
I
Kremer,
just mentioned something about
Yeah.
Indian shopkeeper, because in my village, there were the Indian shopkeepers, and they were very competitive. They reduced their prices, and the local white shopkeepers really didn't like them. And when Metzit, when Metzit when it set off Lazum, it means they were taking away money that could have gone to the white shopkeepers. It went to the Indian shopkeeper.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Unless you lived there, it wouldn't make much sense.
Sorry,
the
I didn't
Yiddish
hear the last
Kremer,
sentence you said.
It's something you have to live through to realize what was going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
die Yiddish Kremer haben bald vergessen wegen dem. The Jewish shopkeepers pretty soon forgot about that. Sie haben gedacht, in Orden, einordnen und besorgen dem Shochet. I'm sorry, I need help with that sentence. They had to,
I know that, and it's like establish. They had to establish the shochet.
and what is
and
the
care
Shochet?
and look
To
after him.
look after. Yeah. Einordnen, and when you get into a new place, das auch einordnen.
To settle him down.
Settling down, yeah. That's like establish. And
So what
besorgen,
exactly?
yeah,
Establish.
to take care of him.
So what exactly is the Shochet?
The shochet is the ritual slaughterer. The one that,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
That's a
Is
shochet.
given a tunkeler, handbiker,
Kinderdicker.
A genvediker, that's handsome.
a what?
Good looking.
So
Or
he was a,
charming.
Or charming, yeah, yeah.
he was dark, he was charming, a kluger und weltlich. He was very smart and worldly.
Yeah.
Hat geredet Englisch mit a hübschen Akzent. He spoke English. Is that a Hebrew accent?
No, no.
No,
With a
it's a Egyptian accent. It's like a strong accent.
So
a heavy
A
accent.
heavy, okay, heavy.
uh,
Thank you.
he spoke English with a heavy accent. Aber hat seine Balebatim versichert, als es wird lang nicht dauern, bis wird reden a guten Englisch und a viele Afrikaans euch. But he, but
Insured. He insured. He
he
insured
assured
his yeah.
his bosses that this would not last long. It would not be long until he would speak good English and also Afrikaans. Men hat ihm ein, ein, eingeordnet beim Schmied. Eingeordnet, what is that?
Again,
They
they
settled him.
settled him, established him. Yeah,
They
settled him.
established
Yeah,
him
I like settle better.
in his shop.
No,
In
beim
his
Schmied
No.
is next to the smithy.
With
yeah
in the
next to
house of the smith.
so
Okay, beim. Yeah,
okay
yeah, okay, right.
the die einzige jüdische Haus in Bushmankop was hat gehabt a freien Zimmer. It was the only house in Bushmankop that had a free room. Aber der Keder, was hat eingestellt in a paar Kadoshim noch sein Kommen, hat geführt bei Horwitzen in vordersten Zimmer. But the cheder, which he had established in a few months after his arrival, he he established in Horwitz's house in
Is it eingestellt? Is it the room that he rented? Eingestellt, could it be?
No, he set it up in the
Oh,
front
okay,
room of Horowitz's house.
okay.
So are we to understand that this slaughterer was also going to be the teacher in the Cheder?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Der Schmitz, Freu, hat sich geklimmt legen in Kimpet und sie hat nicht verlitten kein Tumor. The blacksmith's wife, what's mein Kimpet?
She
She
was
was
about
going
to
to
give
give birth.
birth.
Yeah.
Sorry?
She was getting ready to give birth. Liegen in Kim.
Ah,
Yeah.
uh, and
She was
she,
pregnant. Okay.
yeah, yeah, and she didn't cause any disturbance.
No, she
Yeah.
couldn't stand any noise, any loud noises.
Ah, oh, I see.
No,
Cain's
it wasn't.
son,
It wasn't that she was simply pregnant. She was about to give birth. She's
yeah,
Yeah.
Cain's Zach Arbeit hat Liebmann dem Schochet nicht gehabt. So the slaughter. Oh dear, somebody is at my door. Can somebody else take over the reading and I'll come back later and
Sure.
finish?
Keesach Albert dort Liebman, der Scheuchet nicht gehabt. So Lippmann, the Scheuchet, didn't have a lot of work. There's someone needs to put on mute. There's a radio there. Sorry. Keul nach Huhn, slaughtering a hen, Sheps, a sheep. Und mit die Kinder ist euch gewesen, herumgetan in a herumgetan in a Zeit. With the children, and uh, and he was also done with the children in a few hours. What
You
did he
skipped. You skipped a half a line. Kol Nahuna Sheps.
Chefs, when we die Kinder, oh, okay,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
okay. Keiner hun Chefs und die Kinder ist euch gewesen, herumgetan in a poor short sight, with slaughtering a hen and a sheep and teaching the children. He was all done with that in a few hours. Someone has a radio on. It's I don't know, hat die erste paar Wochen herumgespaziert. So he wandered around in the first few hours. There's a terrible echo at the side. It's mute now. Hat die erste paar Wochen herumgespaziert. So he wandered around in the first few weeks, ausgeforscht die Gegend, and he researched the area, gesessen in die Ofenten und geschmust und sich gehakiert mit Meeren. So he would sit in the evenings and talk, chat, and speculate with Mayer. Eucher, wie Leah, also he, like Leah, hat übergelebt dem Aufstand von 1905, 1905 von 1905 Jahr. He, as well as Leah, had lived through the uprising of 1905, when Eucher hat geguckt auf dem Binora Mittel herabzusetzen, dem Tsar, and he also had seen this as a way to depose the Tsar. Gründliche Revolutius, fundamental revolutions, Maßmitteln überzukehren, dem existierenden ökonomischen Seder ist laut seiner Überzeugung nicht gewähnt und ist nicht nötig. Fundamental revolutions, can you bring it down? Because you've brought it down too quickly. I haven't finished translating the previous line. Can you bring it down a bit more so I can see the last line on page 115? Yeah, there we are. Maßmitteln, to take measures to overthrow the existing economic order is, according to his convictions, it wasn't necessary. Es ist gewesen eine Zeit, when hat geglaubt in Sozialism. It was a time when he believed in socialism, but not more, but he no longer does. And you can go up, scroll up now, because we're at the end of GAP. Der Iker der while socialism is gegen religia, and the main reason why he believed in socialism is because it was against religion. When religia hat Meir gesagt in religion, Meir said, is gegen der ganze Menschheit, is against all humanity. In Meshach van Joren, when bis zum heutigen Tag, hat es zerteilt die Menschheit. In the course of years, and until this day, it has just divided people, humanity. Es ist der Fall von wann es Stammtrassen hat. It is the spring from which comes race hatred, Verfolgungen und auch viele Milchomas, persecutions and also wars. Sehr Ampereien haben oft sich verzeugen diesen Sammeltogereien. Their discussions and bickering often carried on till right until the daybreak. Lea is oft beigewohnt und hat euch Anteil genommen in die Gesprächen. Lea often was present and took part in the discussions. Zum größten Teil ist sie gewesen auf Lippmanns Seite. She was, in the majority of the time, she was on Lippmann's side, aber benoga die nicht günstige Auswirkungen von der Religia ist sie gewesen eins mit mehreren. But with regard to the unfavorable, the unfavorable developments from religion, she was agreed with Meir against religion. Lippmann hat sich gewundert. Lippmann wondered, ihr stammt, you come from, dachte ich von einer frommen Haus, you come, I think, from a religious house. Von wann nehmen sich zu euch die Josika Meinungen? Where are you getting these opinions from? Die Pogromen haben es mir überzeugt. Die Pogroms persuaded me, hat sie geantwortet. Sie answered, die Pogromen seien gewesen der Resultat von religiöser Fanatism und Intoleranz. The pogroms were the result of religious fanaticism and intolerance. Is Elka back yet, or should I carry on?
Oh, let's see. I don't see. Elka? Yes, you better carry on.
Okay. Efter ökonomische Kinder Eifersucht, perhaps because of economic envy and Eifersucht, greed, Eifersucht. Anyone have a Eifersucht? I'm not sure about. Kinder is jealousy. Eifersucht is greed. I think it's greed, but I'm not sure. Anyone?
I think it's also something like jealousy. It's yeah.
Sure. It's either jealousy or greed. I'm not sure which one it is. I'll look it up afterwards.
Okay.
What Lippmann gefragt. Well, Jacob, what do you think? Is Jacob there?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't actually look the word up.
Okay, I think
I have a question,
yeah,
Moshe.
yeah.
You read gehackert, geschmust und gehackert. I don't remember how you translated it, but
Yes, sir.
think yeah, gehackert is not something like try to ask questions to investigate. I think Hebrew het kufreish is like to investigate.
Perhaps if Marsha can lower it so we can see the word you're referring to.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got it as philosophized.
Oh, the
Philosophize.
Hakira speculation.
You saw
Oh,
it somewhere like that?
Yes,
speculation.
philosophized.
Yeah,
Gechakirt.
speculation. Mich,
Interesting. Okay.
you speculate
Thank you.
about whether God exists or not. That was the meaning that I gave it. A chakran, someone who speculates and philosophizes.
Hakran. Okay.
You know, like someone who deals with the Zohar, a Talmud,
Yeah,
that's a chakira, I assume.
I understand. Yeah, so it still has the meaning of inquiry.
Yeah, inquiry. I think
Inquiry.
is a good
I-
translation.
Inquiry. That's what I thought. That's what it is. Inquiry. Yeah.
I think
Okay.
that. Okay.
Thank you.
Hij versucht. Hat Lippmann gefragt, Lippmann aus, ökonomische China und Eifersucht vollzieht die Pogromszickers darauf führen zu die größeren Häufen und reichen Gutbesitzers. Economic envy and greed or envy, I'm not sure. I think it's greed. Although greed is curing time.
I've got it written in the lower one as jealousy.
Jealousy. Okay, thank
So
you.
Kina
So,
is envy and Eifersucht is
jealousy.
jealousy.
Okay, thank you. And jealousy, the pogromers should have, if it was just on the basis of envy and jealousy, the pogromers would have had to go to the large courtyards and reach possessors of goods, welche seien die Emerser Schuldiger in der Feuerscher Ormkeit, who are the people who are really responsible for the Gentile poverty. What Meir gesagt, Meir said, die dosige einfache religiös fanatische und unwissentliche Menschen werden aufgereizt gegen jeden, welche gehören to another religia. These simple religious fanatics and ignorant people are provoked against the Jews who belong to a different religion. Und die Unhetzer nutzen es aus zu verhitten sich. And the provocateurs use this to protect themselves as their Zorn von die Purim soll nicht fallen auf seine Kep, that the anger of the Gentiles should not fall onto their heads, but they are diverted to the Jews. Es ist gewesen, klar, als Leah ist freundlich gestimmt zum Scheuchen. It was clear that Leah was friendly towards the Shoichet. Her mood was, she liked him. Leah's Eltern haben es euch bemerkt. Leah's parents also saw this. Frau Hurwitz ist gewesen zufrieden und sie hat ihr Tochter angemutigt. Mrs. Hurwitz also saw this and she was satisfied and she encouraged her daughter, nicht mit Wörtern, not verbally, nor ständig reinwarfen die gut und freundlich Wort waren schwächer, but always throwing in a good and friendly word for the ritual slaughterer. Hurwitz is nicht gewesen stark verkocht. Hurwitz was not really that excited about it, emotionally aroused by it. Hat nicht geredet mit keinem wegen dem. He didn't speak to anyone about this, viele nicht mit seinem Weib, not even with his wife. Hat gewollt versorgen sein Tochters materielle Lage, trotz für die ersten 10 Jahre noch ihr Kasne. He wanted to be assured take care of his daughter's material well-being, at least for the first 10 years of his marriage. Und das hat gekonnt playable haben mit a Geschäftsmann. And this he would be able to do if Leah would get married with a business person. Lippmann is a ganz edler junger Mann. Lippmann is a very idle, honest young man, aber but he, Hurwitz, zweifelt ob ist geschäftfähig. Doubts whether he has any business abilities. Chutztem, aside from that, Lippmann is orm, he Lippmann is poor, und von der Schritte kann man wenig der Leben. And it's difficult to make a living from being a shaykhid. Hurwitz had euch shad. Hurwitz also had a suspicion as Lippmann's frumkeit is an oiben oifike, that Lippmann's frumkeit is superficial. Is frum mag sein positia als shaykhid. He is religious because of his position as a sorcerer. Hurwitz is nicht übergezeigt in dem, aber kann dem dosigen Gefühl nicht unterdrücken. Hurwitz is not totally convinced about it, but he couldn't totally suppress this feeling. Zweckers hat Hurwitz find. Hurwitz hates hypocrites. Showed a pity, was Meyer hat sich der Weiter von sein Hurwitz's Familie. A pity that Meyer has distanced himself from his family. Und es verdrießt ihm Meyers Liebe mit Linda. And he's upset about Meyers love for Linda. Aber Meyer hat das Recht zu leben, sein eigen Leben, und sich einordnen, wie denkt, so wird sein besser für ihn. But Meyer has the right to live his own life and to arrange it as he thinks it will be better for him, for his own best. Linda is a boil maidel. Linda is a neat young woman, an Ausnahme in gewisser Hinsichten, an exception in certain aspects. Sollen sie sein glücklich? Let them be happy. And I think that's enough for me. Is Elka back or Jacob?
Okay, would you like to carry on reading a bit?
Oh, sure. Sof, at the end, noch lange Beratungen after a lot of discussion, meetings und Konferenzen and conferences, is der Plan zu vereinigen die 4 Provinzen. The plan was, after all of these conferences, the plan was now to unite the 4 provinces, Kaap Colonia, Transvaal, Orange River, and Natal, the Cape Colony, Transvaal, Orange River, and Natal, unter ein zentrale Regierung war wirklich, unter ein zentrale Regierung war wirklich geworden. And all of these were united under one central government. Das Land hat gefeiert die dortige historische Geschehnis mit Versammlungen und Redes. The country celebrated this historic occurrence with gatherings and speeches. Der dortige Tag, this day, der 31. Mai 1910, ist geblieben ein Jontef-Tag bedeutend. So this day, the 31st of May 1910, remained a holiday for generations. Bald danach hat man sich genommen, Greiten zu die Wahlen zum ersten Union Parliament, and soon after this, they started preparing for the voting for the elections for the first Union Parliament. War Buschmannskopf und gegen hat man nominiert Levish Jansson. For Bushmanskopf and the area around, they nominated Levish Jansson. Okay, where are we at in terms of time? Okay, I'll read one more paragraph and then I'm definitely done. Die Ambitie zu sitzen im Parlament hat Ganze gezertelt for a longer Zeit früher. The ambition to sit for Parliament had, he was keen on this, but I'm not sure of the exact translation of zerteln. Jaike?
Yeah, he longed
He
longed for it.
He longed for it for a long time before. Aber eigentlich nicht reich hat ihm gefällt die Hose, sich herauszustellen für ein Kandidat. But not being rich, he didn't have the cheek to put himself forward as a candidate. Jetzt eigentlich ganz vermöglich und ein Mitglied in der Versammlung von Kirch, now being a fairly well off and a member of the administration of the church, hat seine Ambition sich gestärkt. His ambition grew, it got stronger. Wenn es hat sich angeheben reden wegen Vereinigung von den Provinzen, ist Jansche gewesen gegen. When it started to be talked about a union of the provinces, Jansche was against it. Motivendig sein Gegenschaft damit, motivating his opposition with this argument, was Transvaal die reichste Provinz, betroffen trugen auf ihre Plätze die anderen drei. His argument was that Transvaal, being the richest province, would have to carry on its shoulders the other three provinces. Aber when die Vereinigung is geworden a fact, but when the unity became a fact, hat sein ambitioser Husch ihm untergesorgt, als soll schwimmen mit dem Strom. But when the union became a fact, his ambitious feelings untergesorgt, was suggested to him, whispered to him that he should swim with the stream. Is geworden a Botha-Anhänger. He became a supporter of Botha, and Botha was probably the more liberal of the but I forget the name of the other guy, but Botha was, he'd been a general in the war. And Herzog
Sorry. Okay.
Herzog was a difficult one, not a Jewish Herzog.
How did you translate Erodnit Giadi Hoza?
Sorry, where?
I didn't hear. Up, Marsha, you want to go a little down? The beginning of the paragraph. Oh,
Yeah, there it is on the second line.
aber seien die nicht reich hat ihm gefällt die Hosa.
Yeah, not being rich, he didn't have the cheek, Hosa's cheek.
What is it?
Cheek, to be cheeky.
What is cheeky?
The audacity.
To be arrogant. You've never heard, I'm surprised you've never heard the word Hosa. It's a very common word. I heard
Yeah, Hosa is courage.
No. Hosa is cheek, to be cheeky, to be arrogant in a way. I'm not sure.
The audacity, to have the audacity.
Yeah, audacity. Yeah, so audacity is it's also courage. He'azah in Hebrew is courage and audacity too.
Yeah, but this is it there's a negative aspect to it. It's not, courage is more positive. This is a more negative.
I'll look it up. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I'll tell you what the dictionary says, but
Okay.
it's not, I don't think it's, okay. Uh, how do you spell it? Hey, is it?
As the word as in Hebrew is strong.
Yes, it's
Uh,
hey, ayin, zayin, hey.
okay.
Hey, yeah, hey, this is another.
Okay, the word is insolence, insolences. Okay.
Okay,
To be insolent, to be cheeky. Uh,
okay, yeah. So I see that's a negative. Yeah, it has a negative meaning to it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you.
right. Thank you for raising it. It's always interesting to raise an issue.
yeah.
Uh,
Well,
okay.
never heard the word cheeky in English.
Sorry?
The word cheeky. How do you spell it in English?
Cheeky.
Never ever saw it or heard it.
To have a cheek, to have chutzpah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. But I understand what you mean. Yeah, but this is a new word to me.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you. You know, 50 years in the United States and didn't hear it.
It's perhaps more an English usage than an American usage.
Ah, thank you. There you are. Yeah,
That's a good
Okay, so
one.
yeah,
shall I
yeah.
continue?
Okay.
Okay, so hat ausgenutzt jeden Moment und Gelegenheit, sich zu werfen in die Augen von der Regierung. He exploited every moment and every opportunity to be in the um, in the in the sight of the government, to be uh, uh, that they should be aware of him. Hat manövriert, sich zu treffen mit dem Premier persönlich. He maneuvered himself to meet with the Prime Minister, to meet personally with the Prime Minister. Man hat ihm versprochen, als bei a Gelegenheit wird man ihm nicht vergessen. And they promised him that when the opportunity arose, they would not forget him. Jetzt ist gekommen die Gelegenheit. And now the opportunity had arisen. Man hat ihm nominiert zu repräsentieren Bushmankop in un District und hat erst in dem ersten Union Parliament they nominated him to represent Bushmankop and its district in the first Union Parliament. Mimi, Jansch's wife, is nicht gewinn zufrieden. Mimi, Jansch's wife, was she was not she was not happy. She was dissatisfied. Sie hat ihm gesagt, and she said to him, mehr wie 3/4 Leben bist du gestanden weit von Politik. For more than 3/4 of your life, you have distanced yourself from politics. Jetzt, after älter, gehst du sich vermischen in der politische Kasche zu was? So, and now, in your old age, are you going to get involved in the political kasha, in the political mess or what? Es wird dir nur geben Verdruss und Covid. This will only bring you annoyance and dishonor. Deine Gegner willen von unter der Dreht herausgraben, gefunden oder fabrizieren Chesroines. Your opponents will dig out from under the underground and they will find anything or they will fabricate faults. Zu was darfst du es? What do you need it for? Sie hat lang und viel geredet und argumentiert mit ihm. She spoke at length and for long periods of time with him, and she argued with him. Man wird suchen zu beschmutzen sein Namen, hat sie ihm gesagt. They will look for things to besmirch your name, she said to him. Dein kleinsten Tors, hat sie gesagt, wird man vervielfachen. The smallest error, she said to him, they will exaggerate. Kedei dir zu verschaffen Zar. In order, they'll exaggerate the smallest error that you might make in order to harm you. Zu was hast du es nötig? What do you need it for? Es ist öfter gewesen das ersten Mal in sein Zusammenleben, was Janscher hat nicht gefolgt sein Freu. This was perhaps the first time in his married life that Janscher did not follow his wife's advice. Hat argumentiert, ihr geprüft überzeugen. So he argued with her and he tried to convince her. Sie darf doch verstehen, hat gesagt, als tut es nicht für sein eigener Teufel. You needs to understand, he said to her, that he was not doing this for his own benefit. Oder machmes juckt sich noch Covid. Or he was not doing this because he was chasing after honor. Weist, als der politische Weg is oft glitschiger. Weiß, he knows that the way of politics is often slippery. Aber sein nationaler, sein Volksgefühl lässt ihm nicht sitzen und gar nicht tun. But his national, his feeling for national feeling does not permit him to sit and do nothing. Sein ganz Leben hat gearbeitet und gesorgt nur für sich. For his whole life, he had worked and looked after him things only for himself, für eigene Nutzen, for his own use, für der Familie, for his family. Aber für sein Land und Volk hat gar nicht getan. But for his country and his people, he had done nothing. Emes, hat nicht gehabt die Möglichkeit und euch nicht die Gelegenheit. It is true that he didn't have the ability and he didn't have the opportunity to do anything for his country. Es ist euch emes, als hat sich geschlagen für sein Land. Aber das ist nicht genug. It is true that he had always striven for his country, but this was not enough. Man darf das Land bauen. Man darf es helfen bauen. One needs to build the country up. One needs to assist in building. Man kann nicht und man darf nicht überlassen als in die Hand und Reschuss von die neuen Balabatim. One cannot and one should not leave everything over to be in the hands of the control of the new leaders. Die Engländer seien freundlich, aber sie haben andere Begriffen, wie zu verwalten ein Land. The English they're friendly, but they have other concepts of how to administer the country. Wie sich zu begehen mit der Bevölkerung and how to treat the population. Der Iker mit der schwarzen Bevölkerung and particularly with the black population. Sie seien zu liberal, zu freundlich zu sein und euch zu die Arbeiter bichlal. They're too liberal, they're too friendly, amicable to them, and also to the workers in general. Der Streik, was ist vorgekommen mit ein paar Jahren zurück, hat bewiesen. The strike which had occurred a few years before had demonstrated, as die Arbeiter greiten sich, organisieren sich zu verhappen die Macht in seiner Hand, that the workers were preparing and organizing to grab power into their hands. Seine Vereinen mehren und stärken sich. Their unions are spreading or increasing and becoming stronger. Sie willen zwingen die Balabatim, man soll sie zollen a sa hohen Lohn, was wird ruinieren die ganze Goldindustrie. They are forcing the owners or the mine bosses that they should pay higher wages, and this would ruin the whole gold industry. Conman, Tormen is der Losen, can one allow this to happen, or should one allow this to happen? Nein. Als in Land darf durchgeguckt und kontrolliert werden. Everything in the country needs to be reviewed and controlled. Wer soll es tun? Who would do this? Das können nur tun Menschen, welche seinen gebencht mit dem gehörigen patriotischen und nationalen Gefühl. This can only be done by people who are blessed with the requisite patriotic and national feeling und welche haben die Möglichkeit und die nötige Zeit dafür. So this can only be done by people who have the necessary patriotic and national feeling and who have the ability and the necessary time to spend on this. Danken Gott, is einer von die Dosiker, and thank God he is one of these people. Sein materiale Lager is gesichert. His material situation is established. Kann darüber widmen sein ganze Zeit für der Teufe von sein Volk und Land. So he can devote all of his time for the benefit of his people and his country. Jetzt als Kandidat wissendig, als jeder Stimme wird gezählt, hat Jansche angeheben sich herumgucken und legen mehr Acht auf Menschen und Sachen. So now, as a candidate and knowing that every vote counts, Janscha began to look around and to pay attention to people and matters. Azoins was früher hat nicht getan, in a way that earlier he hadn't done this. Hat kultiviert a Schmeichel, welchen hat genutzt ausschließlich für Menschen, welche hat gewusst, als sie haben Stimmrecht. He cultivated a smile, which he used exclusively for people whom he knew that they had the right to vote. Hat geschmeichelt mit das ganze Mäul offen. He smiled with his whole mouth open. And bläusendig a paar nicht in ganzen gesunde Zähne, bearing a few not quite healthy teeth. So he smiled, showing these teeth that were not quite 100% healthy. Hat angeheben sich noch fragen beim Weiler auf den Gesund von der Familie. And he began by asking the voter about how the health of his family. Auf das Geseite und Verpflanzte. He asked them about the sowing and the planting of their fields. Und geteilt Naschereien zu seinen Kinder. And he gave out snacks to their children. Hat sich euch herumgeguckt auf seine Beiwohners. He also looked around to the
Marsha. Okay.
Sorry?
No, I said Marsha. Marsha went down too fast. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So he also looked around at the people, his tenant farmers, the landless tenant farmers who were had rented land on his farm. Die Brüder Oppermann, the Opperman brothers. Früher pflegt kaum entferen auf seine Begrüßung. Earlier, he hardly returned their greetings. Is gewinn auf sein Bräuges. Geseder, sie haben ihm geplockt und gemattert mit seinen Teines und Forderungen. So he was angry with them because they constantly harassed him and argue, gemattert, and they suffered.
Exhausted.
Okay, they exhausted him with their complaints and their demands. Es regnet rein in dem Heisel. The rain comes into it's raining into the house. Das Heisel halt beim Einfallen. The house is about to fall down. Und gar letztens seien sie gekommen mit neuen Forderungen. And lately they had even come with new demands. Das Heisel Zayers is too klein. Their house is too small. Also lang wie die Kinder seinen gewinn klein, haben die Oppermanns geteinet. As long as the children were still small, the Oppermanns maintained, hat nicht geschah, als Englisch und Mädlich seien geschlafen zusammen und mit die Älteren in ein Zimmer. There was no harm in the boys and the girls sleeping together with the parents in one room. Aber die Kinder seien untergewachsen, but the children have grown up. Und man muss haben besondere Örter zum Schlafen für die Englisch und die Mädlich. And they need separate rooms for the boys and the girls to sleep. Es ist euch nicht recht und nicht richtig, als der wachsene Kinder sollen schlafen in ein Zimmer mit die Älteren. And it is also not proper and not correct that adult children should sleep in the same room as their parents. Jansche is dann geworden stark aufgeregt auf sie. And Jansche, after this, he became very angry with them. Was verricht ihr nicht, wo man darf? Why don't you repair things where it's needed? Hat geschrien. He shouted at them. Muss ich kommen tun euch die Arbeit? Must I come and do this job for you? Machen Ziegel. Könnt ihr? Are you able to make bricks? To macht Ziegel Beut und verricht, aber mir los zur Ruhe. So make bricks and build and repair things and leave me alone.
Did Elka come back?